Okay. Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your day to join us. And good morning again, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. This is a continuation of our OneStream Art of the Possible webinar series, which Jay Hampton has done some previous sessions of. And today we're going to talk about the art of the possible as it relates to collecting anything. So what are the options for collecting data other than kind of your traditional trial balance cube data that you would put into your OneStream cubes? So what are the options for collecting other types of information? Still a little, very brief background on Finit and why we're here. Finit's kind of a company that really takes pride in doing and hands-on. We're very engaged in the projects that we do. We really don't behave in a business-to-business type relationship. We like to be person-to-person and deliver really customized, personalized solutions. We don't really believe in cookie cutter. You'll rarely hear us refer to best practices. We like to refer to starting points because every client has different needs. Every client has different expectations, different philosophies, different environments. So Finit's been around since 2002. We now have over 75 employees, most of those either CPAs or MBAs or in some cases both. We also, within that group, have about 13 people that are dedicated to the OneStream practice. Finit's entire focus is on corporate performance management, or CPM, using building solutions using either the Hyperion toolset or the OneStream technologies. Probably have the strongest OneStream consulting practice out there, and also have extremely strong FDM and ARM and HFMS-based planning practices on the Hyperion side. Finit's all privately owned, debt-free. We don't use any subcontractors. The owners are very active in the day-to-day running of the business, so those things help ensure that our focus is always on client satisfaction. It's personally how we're measured, how we're compensated, which allows it to be the most important thing that we care about. So Finit, typically, if you think of Finit, you think of full lifecycle implementations from requirements all the way through to rollout. But we also do upgrades of existing implementations, from simple patches to full-blown redesigns. Lately, a lot of work's coming from corporate mergers and acquisitions or spin-offs, where people have solutions but they need to redesign those solutions because they've merged with someone else or spun off a division or different things. So we also do a lot of upgrades and redesigns. And we're also there for post-implementation support as well with our Finit Answers offering. So that provides ongoing support after your project is complete. So obviously, if you haven't heard of Finit Answers or you want more information on that, please reach out to us, and we've got contact information at the end. And you can kind of see here a few of our customers. Finit's done over 500 projects with over 250 clients. And what you see on my screen are some of the OneStream specific clients. It's not all of them, but it's the majority of clients that Finit has done work for in the OneStream space. So I'm Phil Brosnan. I'm not sure if the invite said I was going to do this one or Jay was going to do this one, but I'm doing this one. I've been with Finit a little over 3 years now. That entire time has been spent focused on OneStream. Prior to joining Finit, I spent over 17 years with Johnson Controls, a Tier 1 automotive supplier, with a variety of traditional finance roles, starting as a cost accountant and ending my career there as a finance director, working plant finance, division controller, FP&A, mergers and acquisitions, engineering, a variety of different what I would call traditional accounting jobs. But in between those, I did a fair number of large-scale system implementations as well, culminating with my last big project was implementing HFM for our automotive division with approximately 1,200 users. And then after leaving Johnson Controls, as I said, I joined Finit, where I've been for the last 3 years. Okay, so what we want to talk about today in terms of art of the possible is collecting anything you want to collect. So we've kind of laid out just a variety of different pieces of information you might want to collect or questions you might want to get answered. So I see a number in OneStream, but I want to understand what the detail is behind it. Okay, so looking at supporting detail that makes up a number. I want to understand if someone's made an adjustment, who made the adjustment, when they made it, and why. So we'll look at some of the automatic logging that takes place, but also start looking at some of the commentary that can be put in on different pieces of data. And kind of continuing that theme, if we're looking at variances. So what's a month-over-month change or year-over-year change or a variance to a budget? Looking at commentary associated with that, kind of free-form commentary, but also when looking at bridges, more structured commentary. So understanding how much of a change might be driven by volume or mix or pricing or new customers, in addition to just a free-form explanation. Then also looking at the idea of storing attachments or supplemental files, or if I need to do something offline but I want that offline analysis attached to a specific piece of data in OneStream, how can we do that? And kind of wrapped around all of this, we'll also talk about the idea of confirmation rules. So not only can I enter some of the supplemental data, but writing confirmation rules to basically require that some of the supplemental data is provided. Okay. And then at the end, we'll take a look at user sign-off and questionnaires, and the idea of asking questions and collecting responses. And how we'll look at these things are, and we'll go through these one at a time, but we'll look at, for supporting detail, looking at what we can do with the stage engine and bringing data into stage that doesn't necessarily come over into the cube, or at least doesn't come over into the cube in detail, but storing that data in stage where we can drill into it, report on it, and have that, including some of the attribute members that are available in stage that really let you expand beyond simply using the stage as a staging engine to get things into cube. You can actually use it as a data repository. We'll also look at cell detail, which allows you to break an individual cell or individual intersection to provide more supporting detail on what that balance is made up of. In terms of commentary, we're going to look at a few things. We're going to look at annotations within the cube, and we'll also look at journals and the ability to provide descriptions and explanations when you're posting journals. We'll continue with that annotation theme, looking at the variances and bridges, but with bridges kind of add additional dimensionality that actually is stored in the cube to break the bridge explanation down. Then we'll take a look at supporting documentation, some of the things you can do with annotations beyond simply entering text. Also look at things that the admin can do in terms of public documents. And then finally, we'll take a look at how you can set up certification questions and how we can add some additional functionality around those certification questions.